Today in this session we are going to see what are the sign of different trigonometric ratios in different quadrants. So we have already studied coordinate geometry and we have seen that what are the sign of different coordinates in different quadrants. So we'll revise it again. Now in the first quadrant we know that x coordinate and y coordinate both are positive, and in the second quadrant x is negative, y is positive, and in the third quadrant both are negative, and in the fourth quadrant x is positive and y is negative. So using this sign, now we are going to see the trigonometric ratios. What will be the sign in first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant and fourth quadrant. So we have already studied that trigonometric ratios in terms of coordinates of a point. So we have seen that sin theta is y by r, cos theta x by r, tan theta y by x, and if we take the reciprocal of this function we'll get cosec, sec and cot. So we'll see the first three functions and easily you can tell about the other functions. Now here first we'll see sine function, that is sine ratio. Though sin theta is equals to y by r, and cos theta is equals to x by r, and the tan theta is equals to y by x. We have already seen this in the last session. Now in the first quadrant r will always be positive because we have already seen that r square is x square plus y square. Even if x and y are negative or positive, the squares and sum of the squares of this will always give a positive value. So now r is always positive here. Now in the first quadrant if you see y is positive, so sine will be positive. Cos is x by r, so x is also positive, so cos function will also be positive. Tan theta is y by x, y and x both are positive. So in the first quadrant we'll see that all the ratios are positive. Now in the second quadrant sin theta is y by r, so y is positive here and x is negative. So y is positive, so y by r will be a positive, so sine will be positive. Cos is x by r, now x is negative, so the cos ratio here will be negative, and tan theta is y by x, y is positive but x is negative, so this ratio will be negative. So here we are getting only sine ratio, that is sine function, we are getting positive and all others are negative. Now in the third quadrant, if we see in the third quadrant, you will get sine y by r, so y is negative, so sine will be negative, x is negative, so cos will also be negative, tan is y by x, y is also negative, x is also negative, but if we take y negative and x negative, so minus minus get cancelled, so the ratio will be positive. So here sine ratio tan will be positive, so we are getting tan as positive here in the third quadrant. And in the fourth quadrant we'll see that now y is negative, so sine function will be negative. Cos is x by r, so x is positive here and y is negative, so x is positive, so cos will be positive here, and tan theta is y by x, so y is negative but x is positive, so the ratio will be negative only. So here we are getting cos theta will be positive. Now if sine is positive, so cosec will also be positive. If cos is positive, the reciprocal of that function is sec, so sec will also be positive. If tan is positive, so cot will be positive. So we are just talking about sine, cos and tan. So if sine is positive in any quadrant, for example in the second, so sine and cosec both will be positive and all others will be negative. So in the first we got that all the functions will be positive. In the second all the functions, that is ratios, will be in the second we are getting sine positive and all others will be negative. Sine and cosec will be positive. In that third quadrant we are getting tan positive, and in the fourth quadrant we are getting cos positive. So cos will be positive and also sec will be positive and other function will be negative. So it's all sine, tan, cos. In short you can write ASTC. That is all students of 10th class. So this is the statement by which you can remember that in the first quadrant all will be positive, in the second quadrant sign will be positive, third quadrant will be tan will be positive, and the fourth quadrant cos will be positive. So this is how we can decide the sign of different trigonometric ratios in different quadrants. So all sine, tan and